Pregame.tv, Steve Fezzik here, Brady Kannon, our golf expert. We are talking golf. We were going to talk the Houston Open. Missed it by this much. The Houston Open's not for several months. I'm Ted Baxter of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I have the same competence and golf acumen in my abilities. I'm just going to turn it over to Brady Kannon.
Well, we're looking at the Phoenix Open, okay? The Houston's coming up. You're looking at the look-ahead line. I know you. You're very sharp. You're looking at the look-ahead line, Phoenix, Houston. That'll come up pretty soon. It'll happen
both
just before the Masters. There you go.
Cities.
Right, and I'm not sure. I think there might be no state taxes in both states. But anyway, we're looking at Phoenix, which is going to happen this week. Phil Mickelson is your defending champ. You might remember last year he flirted with a 59 in the opening round, lipped out a birdie on the 18th hole. That was a big story. The other big story in Phoenix is the party. It's a huge party. You're going to have over 500,000 people come through the turnstiles this weekend. They all gather on 16 and they cheer these people with great enthusiasm, whether they hit the green or not. It's a fun time. You're going to have an average of 150,000 people there each and every day. Mickelson, the story though is he might not even be there. He had to withdraw from Torrey Pines last week with some back pains. He's not sure if he's going to come back to defend his title there in Phoenix this week. He's listed at 15-1 at the LVH. If he does show up, he could be the first four-time winner in the history of this tournament.
And I think, like you talk about the party on the 16th green and everyone looking forward to it. Desert course situation where the really big bombers maybe not necessarily at such a big advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think more precision and putting is going to come into play here, as opposed to where last week you were in a very wet climate in San Diego with the thick rough. Here, the Las Vegas courses, we don't have much rough to speak of. Hit it in the fairway, hit it on the green, keep it tight to the flag, and make your birdie putts. And that's the one matchup I'm looking at this weekend is Webb Simpson, who won here in Las Vegas at the Shriners not too long ago during the wraparound season. He has twice finished tied for 8th here in Phoenix and skipped a year in between, but now comes back off of a tied for 23 at the Humana, another desert venue in Quinta. And it seems with this guy's putting prowess, he is really becoming a good desert golf player. And I'm going to take a look at a matchup with him against Keegan Bradley.
Sounds like you like Mr. Simpson against Keegan Bradley. You don't like Bradley, but you really like Simpson, actually.
Well, yeah, I do like Keegan Bradley, but it's horses for courses is typically how I look at my golf. And I don't think it matches up well for Keegan Bradley this week.
Let's go ahead and make it official, and you can outline additional reasons here.
All right, TPC Scottsdale is the venue for the Phoenix Open this week on the PGA Tour, fresh off of last week's Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines. And we're going to take a look at the matchup listed at the LVH between Webb Simpson and Keegan Bradley. Simpson is a pretty heavy favorite at -130, and that's about as far as I would go on the price. But I do think he has a decided advantage here in basically a horses for courses type handicap. Webb Simpson won here in the desert on the bent grass greens with his putter at the Shriners Open in Las Vegas. He has finished tied for 8th here twice in the last 3 years at Phoenix. And Keegan Bradley, he's playing very well right now, but I see this guy as more of a big bomber type course player, as he showed last week at Torrey Pines, as he has showed in the majors. And I just don't know if the desert venue is perfect for Bradley's style of game. I think Webb Simpson's going to be the better putter this week. I think he's going to be the more accurate driver. And I don't think 130 is too expensive to lay. I'm going with Simpson at the Phoenix Open this week over Keegan Bradley.
Hopefully it'll work out as well as Palmer did against Gay.
Yeah, that was a good one for us. I'm doing well on the desert venues so far.
Hey, I'm the guy who always talks about specialization. We're up against the clock. You got one long shot. You want one or two long shots?
Yeah, let me give you a couple. An Arizona State star, not the biggest Arizona State star in the field this week. That would be Mickelson if he shows up. But another ASU guy is Pat Perez. He finished second at Torrey Pines. He is a big bomber, but, he went to Arizona State. So this is like a home game for him. He has 2 top 10s in his past 3 starts. And an interesting stat here about the Phoenix Open, 7 of the last 14 15 winners have had top 10 finishes within the last 3 weeks leading up to the tournament. So a hot player coming in has won this event half the time, and that right now is Pat Perez. He's listed at 50-1 at the LVH. The other guy, a real sleeper I'd take a look at, this one goes back a ways, a guy that hasn't had a lot of success recently, but is a major champion and has won at the Phoenix Open before, and that is Justin Leonard. Now, this guy finished 32nd at Torrey Pines last week, and he is listed at 80-1. I expect Justin Leonard to have a pretty good week this week in Phoenix.
Very good. We're up against the clock. We're going to be doing golf videos here all spring.
Week in and week out up until football, and then we do football all over again.
Excellent. Well, we are having a good time. Pregame.tv had a great time throughout the football season. We're going to be doing golf videos, of course, with basketball as well. I will stick around as long as they will have me. Hopefully, not just to talk about golf. If so, I will have my ass out of this seat in within 2 weeks. So, look, thank you for joining us each and every week. We're going to have the A-team back later this week, Marco D'Angelo and his crack team of handicappers, Ken Thompson, Brian Leonard. So check their videos out as well. Thanks again for listening to our discussions. Excellent.